Welcome to yet another episode of All Mutual on the Money. Today we're talking social media, specifically TikTok. Not just TikTok, but we're talking about money around TikTok. And joining us today is the esteemed PD Jokes. Baba.
Yes.
Welcome.
Clap for myself.
Oh, yes. Yes, let's start there. Let's clap for yourself.
yes.
PD Jokes.
Yes, Abuti.
Right, let's start there. PD.
Yeah.
Right. What does PD stand from? Where do you come from? How did you grow up? Where did you grow up? All those nice things.
Oh, how did I grow up? My parents raised me.
How?
That's how I can grow up, essentially. But originally from KZN.
Okay.
And then Bangkosha, grade 8.
Wow.
Yeah, but he come to Joburg.
We started there.
I mean,
grade
I
8.
can't get into the details.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I was a problematic child.
Wow.
And I moved to Pretoria. Got a social nguve. And then I had to be multilingual. And then, my parents named me Prince Dube.
Prince Dube.
Yes, which is where PD Jokes comes from. Yes, this is PD, Prince Dube Jokes.
Prince Dube.
Yes. And then, finished high school in Pretoria. Fast forward, came to the city of gold to hustle.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since.
All right.
Yeah.
Ever since. Let's start there. KZN.
Yes.
The city of fun, right?
Yes.
Was it fun growing up?
If you think growing up in the farms is fun, you have something else coming for you. It's not fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just goat poo there and cow dung. And it's the bundus. But it's fun because a lot of who I am, foundations I've learned of how to be human, my morals, my character was groomed. So
you would say the formation of PD Joke comes from that bundu kind of
humble
raising, and
experiences.
that's what kind of formed you, right?
100%. I mean, humble experiences. I mean, most people don't want to know. They think he's a city boy, a silver spoon type of kid. He has everything he had. I'm like, nah, my brother. When you bought milk, I milked the cow.
You bought the cow, not the milk.
Oh, we had the cows. I milked the cow.
You got the cow.
Yes.
Right.
So it's been a crazy experience for me.
Yeah.
Growing up, coming into the city, the train, elevators, escalators. I'm like, how?
Yeah, my God. Tell me about that experience. So you're transitioning from KZN, right?
Yes.
And I imagine at a tender age.
Yeah.
Then you come into Sosh. Sosh is not the easiest of townships
No,
to be, right? And then how was the transition for you?
Obviously, it was not easy because language barrier. So
barrier,
vele ngumzulu vele ngesintu nje. So mangifike eGoli, mangifike ePitori, babolela brawaga brafan me amfe ponto boys ke ngibano. So I had to adjust and learn a new language, adjust to new environments. And but because I would say I've always been a very curious child.
All right.
I'm a sponge type of a person. I like to absorb knowledge. I'm very observant. Even though ngaphaphela abantu mara. No sharp. Speed, mara So in me being out there, I observe a lot because I managed to get certain things out of people so I can learn them.
All right.
Yeah.
Growing up, now you're in Pretoria, but I want to still go back to KZN.
Yeah.
Siblings, parents, cousins.
I have a lot. My grandmother was on site. She had about 12 kids maybe.
Wow.
So which means I had a lot of cousins, like plenty of cousins. So we grew up in the same yard, same house. Right. We were just like the perfect edge gap. I'm fucking slow.
It's long. Yeah, no.
It's English now. Yeah, the age gap was perfect. There was like cousins who were older than me by 2 years, some 4. The ones who were younger. So we learned from each other. We shared clothes. You know, if my older cousin buys a t-shirt, I'm giving it 2 years. It's gonna be brought down to me at some point. So it taught me a lot about sharing. It taught me a lot about community in general and looking after your own. So hence, I really respect my upbringing more than anything.
And you're still keeping in touch with the cousins, siblings?
Yeah, no, bakhona bafuna imali mara yabona.
Wow.
Bakhona labo nalabo.
Bayazi ukuthi ngena nini?
Hayi abazi. Wabatshela uzibangela inkinga because ifoni izokhala. But you know, blood is forever. So we're still intact. I still visit. I was there just last month. So I still have family that side, even though I moved this side. But now my cousins have got their own babies now.
Okay. So you're umalume.
Hey, man, cabanga ngisho nentshebe leso sikhathi. Zuma in,
Jesus.
Zuma in, uzobona.
Akunanix.
Zero.
Umalume unganantshela. No,
Yeah.
great, man. So now you're in Pretoria, right?
Yes.
Tell me about your introduction of the city of gold. What does it mean to you in terms of adapting to the economies in the side,
Yeah.
the lifestyle? How did you get around?
Well, see, my upbringing, my uncle was a very strict man. So I was the type of kid where mangwe schooling, I would just go back home, get in the yard, and put my in the yard when I go to school in the morning.
Wow.
So it's very strict. So I never had the opportunity to keep a stone.
Yeah.
So yeah, the child in me, the teenager in me decided, it's my time to shine.
Wow.
You know, so when I got to Pretoria, I was wild, experimenting things, but I still had my morals and my ethics and who I was as a person. But I got to see life. I got to see how other people live. Got to eat different pap. You know, the pap there in KZN, it's very
Yeah.
it's pap. You know, then you come there in Pretoria, they've got smooth pap, like it's a lot going on there, but I had to adjust.
Yeah.
Go amaskrala, but sonja, you know.
And those things are not there.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a culture shock.
Wow.
But I had to adapt because I knew that that's where I was, and they didn't move me because they didn't have a choice. My dad was moving from KZN to Northwest, so I had to find a school, hence Sosha, that taught Zulu.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the only reason I went to Soshanguve, because Soshanguve is the only city in Pretoria that has Zulu as a subject.
As a subject.
Yes, so that's where.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I learned. Yeah, and Goonies is all. That's why I knew about Venda. I mean, Soshanguve stands for Sutu, Shangan. There we go.
Yes.
Nguni, Venda.
Venda.
Exactly. So,
oh yes. So you were accommodated in the Nguni part of
in the Goonies.
Soshanguve.
Yeah. So I know it was really nice.
And then beyond high school, teenage years, what do we do then?
Matriculated, and then because I knew financially we don't have a budget here, so it's either we are busoleng or right. And then I was one of those kids. I filled up the forms, but I look too cute. This guy is not.
Nobody's gonna shoot you.
Nah, like what do you mean, freezer? Me. And it didn't take me go busoleng because I'm a police. It didn't take me, but I was an engineering student. I was always like a smart kid, I would say. And then and then I got admitted into college, and I studied electrical engineering.
Fantastic.
And then 6 months in, I sat down and I was like, do I want to wear boots and risk my life being shocked for my whole life? Wow. You know, my energy, this desires, because I grew up in a musical family more than anything. So I've always loved the concept of arts, entertainment. But I understood where my family came from. And I was one of the first few ones to matriculate with good numbers.
Yes.
So they really had high expectations. You know, my first introduction to black text was when I got my matric certificate.
Wow.
Like, you know, even my uncle wanted to put me in a garage. I'm like, dog, you know what I'm saying? So let me try school. And then 6 months in, I realized, I'm putting my family in debt.
Yeah.
So I just have to move to Joburg. And then I hit up my mom. And she was this side with her new husband.
Okay. Tough. Okay. Then no. We'll come to that.
You said I must unpack, most.
No, absolutely. That's why you're here. This is your show.
It's my show.
It's your show, right? So we'll come to that.
Yes.
I'm much more interested in the black text. You touched a bit on it. Yes. What's your view on black text? Is it a good, bad thing? Should we be
is it a bad thing?
renaming it? What's your view there?
I think it stems from a good place.
Okay.
It's how you are raised with, you know, because if you grow up in a family where you know things are not going okay, when one of us makes it, we have to take care of one another. So that responsibility falls on either the oldest child or the one who has a job. So I understood I had to help out in the house as much as I can, and which means having an income would help the young ones also finish school. You know, the parents could either be retrenched at the time or the money is just not enough, you know. So that's when I started feeling it. So then when I came to Joburg, I was like, okay, I need to find something that I need to do to make sure I still take care of home. So any little money that I would get, I would send money home. You ask very your first pay goes to your parents.
Hey, but
I mean, I'm getting straight to speed.
So the
whole month, I was working there, my brother. My speed was in fact, I want
to start there. So now Yaspan.
Yes.
Which was the first pay. Do you still remember what you did with it?
Yeah, 100%. I worked at a company called Rodeport, but Interfab. They do the tanks.
Okay.
So it was more of the blue collar than white collar.
Yeah.
So that neglect general work. So
Okay.
neli feme fela ke tsena ra ke fiela
Yeah.
around the stores, you know, ke shifta the forklift more.
Yes.
And the pay I think was about 3,000 something
Yeah.
at the time. So I just had to put money aside for transport.
Yeah.
And then send the rest home. Akaya speeds. I was joking.
Oh.
I haven't got speeds. I can never.
Wow.
I can never. So send some money home and just show the parents appreciation. Obviously,
Yes.
it's not as much as what they've spent on you,
True.
but to just to open your path so that you can get blessings from home. They can see you to a responsible child, and then from then onwards, you just make it a thing. Because actually,
That's it.
they want it.
That's
Hayi
it.
mfana yabona ngifuna umsebenzi. Uthi mara nami
Yeah.
ngisemsebenzini. And umsebenzi wakhe umsebenzi wokuhlaba ukuthenga inkomo nanani hayi angakhela manje, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then do you think for the generation now that is also very important to send money home, particularly your first pay, or is it something that we should do away with?
I think it's a gesture and an act of kindness and to honor your parents, because it's up to the person whether you do it every single month. But I think if you understand how you were raised, your struggles, how your family raised you, and you understand how, man, you understand sharp. But you know, there's a roof, there's a house, but on a fence, you know, pizza, something just contribute towards making sure the family is okay. So to answer your question again, please repeat it because my thoughts went.
No, you are absolutely spot on. Because it's around contributing to home.
Yes.
And should we stop that, or is it something? So I'm getting it when you say it's just about the gesture.
Yes.
It's not necessarily a forced if you want to go.
I mean, hey, they think differently. Some families demand it. Some families make the kids feel like it's you have to. It's compulsory because now as you grow older, you tend to have your own responsibilities. You have your own desires. About to move in somewhere, you want to be in a room first. You want to be, I don't know, cottage, townhouse. Progressively grow as a man. And obviously the higher you go up in life in your working space, they're gonna want more. And that's not just immediate family, your cousins, your aunt, kukola wakhale, kila change nepi high one.
Bona.
Why take go godisitsa mara makoko na manga to go nkhulise butwa. You understand? Aseka funishe nrekele snafy. Jigi snafy itla likholi itla liborotho, jigi intle braai pack, you know what I'm saying? So now you're looking at how much your money is, but if you don't do it, they're gonna find you as ungrateful and then curse you with their words, and now the blessings are not there. I dealt a lot with black text until
black text.
Until
but then
got to a point.
Talk to me about the conversations, because I get a sense that one of the things that we're not doing is having those honest conversations about money.
Yeah.
Growing up, did you have those kind of conversations, nabazali, siblings, maybe uncle, to say, let's talk about money, let me teach you about money? Was there any situation where you spoke about money and how money works?
No. My uncle was a businessman. He's the one who raised me. And so I knew how he managed his money, but he never taught me. So like I said, it goes back to what I was saying. I'm a sponge. So it's either I learn through observing. I say, okay.
So this is how money works.
Okay. How are we still staying afloat? You know, you know, so this is how we staying afloat, you know. And working in the stores you learn, you know. You handle money every day, you understand what's going on. And but I'm not saying there were good examples of how money should be maintained, because now a couple of years later we should have multiplied, we should have empires by now, but all those things, they fell apart because mismanagement of funds or not proper planning and stuff like that. And then that's where I'm learning. I'm like, sometimes you might be up, but at some point if you're not careful with how you manage your money. But I wouldn't know what was the reason, but all I know is that we had money once, and then we did not have money.
Then you didn't have money.
Yeah.
But tell me about those instances, because part of learning, I suppose, is we can learn what to do or learn what not to do.
Yeah.
In terms of your observations growing up, right? Looking at your uncle, once there was money, then there's no. Did you pick up any lessons that you would say are informing how you deal with money now?
Let me think. My mom on that side, she's very smart. My mom is the type of person, she would throw you in the deep end. You know,
Mhm.
a year in, just after matric, a year in Joburg, I'm chilling here, working, enjoying my thing. And one morning she woke up and decided, when Butao, we are moving out next week Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you
Kanjani
mean?
manje?
I thought she was joking, you know, parents just like joke, you know.
Yeah.
So I've got two different sides. Like one family is heavy on black text, the one
Yeah.
person is like,
No.
Joburg when I was 20 and I've survived and you have to do the same thing too.
Yeah.
And came the Saturday nights, she started bringing out black plastic bags, packing for us. Kausane, you'll walk again. I don't know
Yes.
where you're going. You had a week to find a place. But because
Wow.
my brother is older than me slightly, he had found a back room and a thing. So
Okay.
that was me at age 20
Yeah.
on my own for the first time. So which means whatever I eat, whatever I bath with, whatever my transports,
You have to make a plan.
Ausana papa, you are by yourself. And I remember me and my brother, we shared like a fork and a
Yeah.
spoon, a microwave. There was a microwave and a two plate. We shared a bed.
Nice.
In that room, it was a dining room, kitchen, bathroom. Like you
Oh
could,
yes.
so a flasher. That's how small the room was.
Oh,
We
wow.
sit on the bed like
Oh,
this,
wow.
flashes. So that's how small it was. But it taught me responsibility. It taught me,
Okay.
okay, now you have to build your own thing. And that's why my
Yeah.
mom did it. She didn't want to prolong it. That's why I always
Yeah.
advise young people I speak to on the internet, which guys, if you are home at the age of 25 still, you're not doing yourself justice, my brother.
Yeah.
You have to move out of home because you get to learn a lot about being a young man, responsible,
Responsible for
and
it.
understand that life is
Yeah.
not free. No one gives free
Yeah.
money. You know, not everyone comes from a family where they are good. You
Yeah.
know, straight after
Yeah.
school, you go to varsity, it's paid for. Not everyone is like that. So for those who are not like that, you can't sit there in your pity party and be like, oh yeah, vele, mfana ziyakhala, mfethu
Yeah.
saretse."
Yeah.
No, bro,
Yeah.
like your life is your own.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
You get it.
Now we're transitioning into your world, right?
Yes.
Your social media world.
Yes.
How do you get introduced to this particular world? Where did it all start?
I think, like I said, it goes back to my love for the arts, my love for entertainment. I've always loved to be in the space, but black text would tell you otherwise because you can't be chasing dreams, trying to do acting,
Yeah.
I want to be a musician. Where? The two ways will hang you alive.
Wow.
So after that job at the forklift, I started making money and saving for my own varsity fees.
Okay.
So I would pay for my own varsity, save for the modules I studied what I studied, and
Yeah.
then I was in a church. And I remember some guy was like to me, "You've got a great personality for sales, right?" And I was like, "Huh? Oh my, thank you, sir." You know. And then he was like, "I work for this insurance company,
Okay.
and they're looking for people, young ones, and I think you would do well. Come for an interview. Let's chat."
Yep.
And then and I got the job obviously, and that's when I was a sales representative selling life insurance at the age of 22 maybe.
Yeah.
And obviously it was bigger, better money, but it meant more voices, more black text, and all those things. So it transitioned into that. So I got into that space where I had to learn how to speak properly because the English was broken, my brother. It was, you can't be selling stuff and the English is not Englishy,
It's
you know?
not English.
Yeah, so I had to teach myself to communicate.
All
Then
right.
I took a course at UNISA. Specifically, I wanted to just dive into the language of English. So I just invested in that because I knew it was going to be better for me. Because if my whole job is to speak,
Yes.
I must know how to speak.
You know how to speak.
Yes. Oh no, correction. Stop. No, pause. I took a call center job. Go down, go Simmons.
Okay.
Call center.
Oh yes.
And he realized I was good on the phone. Hence he offered me that one. Yes.
Sales.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I
All
can't
right.
forget it. Guys, I'm in Kotlwanga. If you guys paid me well, I would have stayed. But then I went into sales and I did insurance. One of the biggest insurance companies in the country. I did four good years before I moved to another one, another big one as well. Did exceptionally well. Bought my first car, and those are things I had to learn by myself and through my surroundings. You know, when I get into a space, I find seasoned people like yourself. You know, I want a salt and pepper fella. I ask man, I mean, how can I purchase a car? You know, how do I do this? I don't know. Bula credit score. Credit score. You know, yeah, ShopRite, not ShopRite. I mean, Mr. Price.
Yes.
Go to Mr. Price, open an account, but don't take clothes when you don't have money to pay for the clothes. Have money for the clothes first, then go and take the things in credits. A week later, go pay that money. You're building your credit score. So Ganjalo just like started learning so that when you go and speak to a bank at some point, you know, they will say, okay, good credit score, you can afford to pay. You can afford to pay. So we can grant you maybe a young 15.
Yeah.
So you can purchase your first car. Because with sales, I needed to drive to clients.
Ah.
You know, so yeah, I was doing okay then, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So but then you're still in a corporate type
Corporate
environment,
type
right?
space, yes.
I'm interested in more transitioning into the social media
Into
space.
socials,
So you
yes.
know now you know how to speak English, right?
I mean,
Now you know how to sell.
yeah, it's
Does it play a role?
it does play a role. So anyway, so let's say I'm in that
Yeah.
on my 5th year in insurance. I sat there one day. I remember I was driving to Pretoria, and I thought to myself, you want to do more. You really want to pursue your things. Your parents are not disappointed by where you are in life. They're actually
Yeah.
more proud than you. But are you happy with the decision that you are making? Are you happy with the life you want to live? And then I called my boss one morning and I told her, I think I'm going to resign.
All right.
And I want to pursue something in music, the arts,
Yeah.
and etc. And she was not happy with me, but I had enough saved to survive for a year. And so I stuck around for a year, you know, grew my skills, went for music classes and went for all those things. And then when the year was over, I still did not have a job, which was tough.
Wow.
Now reality came, and I took a job at a church.
All right.
And I'm not going to speak much about that period, but towards the end of that era in the church, an ex of mine who's Indian, I have to be specific. I know it doesn't. Listen, she was Indian.
Yes, we'll talk about that.
Yes, she taught me not to be stingy. That's why I said, yeah, she was Indian. So then there was a point where after our breakup, she started posting a video, man, a weird, strange video.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you do this video? I mean, the lip sync was so perfect. It was musically at the time. And she sent me the link. I said, no, download this thing and have fun there, because she knew, okay, I've done comedy. I'm trying to do comedy. I'm trying to do music. So maybe I could do this thing there. And then, yeah, I downloaded the app, and then that was end of 2018 into 2019.
Yep.
And fast forward, musically became TikTok. And I said to myself, if you are free and you're watching movies, or you're free, or you're free, you are doing this, you're not doing much to your time. So whenever you find free time, go on this app and upload something.
Okay.
And then I did that every single day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day until today.
How important was that consistency of doing things every single day? Your spare time.
I think I had a vision.
Yep.
I somehow knew I had to follow my calling. And since I'm a person of faith, I knew God won't bring you to somewhere where He's not gonna, take care of you. They say if you are going through it, God will take you through it.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? So I knew there was something in it for me, but I was living my true self. I was entertaining people. I was making people laugh. I was showing my gifts and talents to the world. And I knew if I had to make it, I had to outwork the person on top. Wow. So if Stop Nonsense at the time was posting one video and getting hundreds and thousands of likes, I'm gonna post 10 a day.
To get 100,000.
Yeah, so more. Each can get 10,000 to equal his. So I had to outwork the smartest person in the room. And I did that consistently for a good 3 years-ish until I started seeing results.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was not just an overnight success, just like that.
No, not with TikTok. I knew what people on social media like. I knew I was in an Instagram era where beauty was a standard and talent was just survival.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, but I'm gonna outwork you, Slay Queen.
Okay.
Outwork. And I did.
And that's what you did.
Consistency is key.
Up till 1 million milestone, right?
Yes. Wow. I was actually more excited by my first 5,000
than 1 million.
Than the million, yeah.
Tell me about that. How does it feel though? That feeling that I've got my 5,000.
Yeah,
I understand the 1 million.
It meant 5,000 people like what I do. And if I look, if I can fit 5,000 people in this room, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
We live in an era where you think 5,000 is not a lot.
Yeah.
5,000 people is a lot of lot of people. If Ankari gets a show and it's 50 rand and 5,000 people come, you do the math.
Wow.
But obviously they were not giving me money. But I became smart. By the time I reached 10,000 followers, I was already selling merchandise. I was already selling T-shirts with my name and my slogan. And I might not have made 5,000 sales, but 800 people did buy. And now remember, I didn't have a job.
Yes.
Now I'm able to start again, freshly, back to square one. Back to square one and say, okay, there's potential here, there's potential here. Once TikTok started introducing, what do you call this thing, man? workshops for
Yes.
creators in SA because now the
Alright.
industry was booming. They set us down with people of, I would say, smart people who would
Yeah.
actually grow us. So they taught us branding, they taught us marketing, they taught us advertising. And I took those things seriously,
Yeah.
personally, and I applied it to my day to day.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, if Jesus can multiply, one fish or one
Yes.
loaf of bread into something, why
Surely
can't
you
I
can.
do that too?
Surely you can.
If he's on my side. So I was like, God, you will multiply this 800
Yeah.
into something, but he has to test your character. Because like he won't give you what you want now when you're not ready for it.
Okay.
Because I feel like if he had given me what I have now early in my 20s,
Yes.
ish, ne ke tlo ba mokwanti, man.
Wow. So no, very interesting because now I want to talk about monetizing social media,
Yes.
monetizing TikTok in particular, right?
Yes.
And what has it meant for you? And related to, had you found this success earlier on?
Yeah.
Would it have meant something completely different?
It would have because also I didn't know what I was signing up for.
Yeah.
All I knew is that I loved what I was doing.
Yes.
And people always say that do what you love and you never work a day in your life. So I was like, okay, let's put this theory to the test.
All
I
right.
did what I loved every day, and at some point didn't feel like I was working. It just felt like I was just doing what I love every single day. And so question again. My thoughts go
I can see you wondering and
I
you
want to
come
go
back.
back to the point.
So the point, the question is, in terms of monetizing
Yes,
the
okay.
platform now, what you have now, had you got
Acquired
it earlier?
It was going to be,
Would
mismanagement funds because
Yeah.
God had to put character and teach me something about managing finances. If you cannot you understand the concept of tithing, the concept of giving. My grandmother always says that an open hand to give is an open hand to receive.
Amen.
So if we're else allow little so, that hand is not open to receive in any case.
Yeah.
So you are really, and also my Bible tells me we are born to be prosperous. God wants us to prosper.
To prosper.
Yes. So I took that and I just applied it. So monetizing the social media platforms, TikTok was not really monetized, but it was a platform that I looked at as marketing. If I brand very well, brands can come and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I remember back in the day, man, I think my first campaign was a Standard Bank, not a Standard Bank. Sorry. Dude, beep that one. It was a Starbucks campaign where I had an opportunity to meet other people who were on the socials and I got to see. And I was like, oh, ke ba banyane na, I'm a good man by the time.
By
I'm
then,
like, you know what I'm saying? People my age were not doing
Wow.
what I was doing. People my age were having proper jobs. And here I am as a good man and even in that moment, I was not the most popular.
Okay.
But what I did was I told myself I'm gonna serve whoever's around me. So I have this thing where I believe I'm born to serve. We're all born to serve. We're servants in one way or another.
In one way or the other.
So I serve them. Somebody to shoot their videos for them. So I became useful to them. So now even when it's not a campaign and they're hanging out as friends, guess who they call? Yo, Prince, can you come help us shoot?
Yeah.
And I'm there. I know I'm surrounded by the most popular kids in the country. I know that for a fact. I know, but I'm not him.
Yes.
But with every shoot comes an opportunity for me to be in front of the camera at some point and slowly integrated. And once you with the cool kids, quote unquote, when brands start asking you for things, you start being part of the people they suggest. They recommend you. Oh no, but can you also put Prince on, and when a brand comes and says, okay, what's your red card? Yeah? What do you mean?
What is
Okay,
that? Pause there a little bit because I want to understand the business side of it.
Yes.
So you talk about rate card.
Yes.
What is firstly the importance of branding yourself and as a business?
Yeah.
Right. Is that something that you've considered? Is that something that you are doing?
I have, like I said, I learn a lot. So from these workshops, they teach you. TikTok was really hands-on back in its early days with its creators because it was a new kind of like platform and no one knew how to maneuver. The industry was not regulated. No one knew what a rate card was, but people who came before us, they had an idea on how to impart that knowledge to us. Like it's important to have a rate card. What's a media kit? A media kit is like a CV, but in the creative space, like who have you worked with? What can you do? If a brand wants to speak to Romela Red Card, do you align with the campaign or not? And rates is basically how much you charge. What do you charge based on your following as well? There's tiers. There's there's mega tier. There's all these tiers that you are. I mean, if you're on 10,000, you get this rate, whatever, and what value you add to the brand. So,
Okay.
so it's important. It's important to have that because
Yeah.
if let's say a Nedbank comes or an Old Mutual,
Yeah.
sorry to mention names, but if any brand comes
Yes.
and they say, yo, Stella, when the store, you must be able to provide something, and say, okay,
Yeah.
sharp, I've worked with a certain brand. But also now I was strategic because I knew what brands I needed to work with. So I shifted my content. I stopped making it about the fun of it.
All right.
Yes. So now how I break down my content is comedy, right? Comedy is how you make people laugh. It's one of the biggest niches in the world. Basic comedy, it's beauty and fashion.
Okay.
And I was like, I love clothes, you know, paro, so let me add fashion to that.
Okay.
And I've always been a musician, so let me add music to that.
Yeah.
So hence it's comedy, fashion, film, and music. So with my content, I started creating fashion-related content.
All
Back
right.
then, the little transition. Skipper so mara,
Yeah. I see
I
that,
taught
yes.
myself those skills to approach clothing brands.
Yeah.
Right. And my first biggest brand was Bogart, which I'm
Okay.
still with today. I did so much content that by the time they realized they needed someone on TikTok to represent them,
Yeah. It was easier.
I went
to
there and I
just-
was like, here's my stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine what I can do with your clothes. Because Mr. Price account there, I hope
Yeah,
that
yeah,
account.
yeah, credit
So,
score.
yeah, exactly.
there we
That
go.
one. So Bogart was a big brand, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's rock. And then from Bogart, other entities started seeing. You know, Fashion Week hit me up. They're like, hey, we like your stuff. Mall of Africa is like, we've got so many fashion stores here. Can you go to the store, do content, promote, tag us, watch your rate card? So 2,000 la, 1,000 la, 2,000 la,
Yeah,
5,000 la. You have 25,000 in a month that you didn't ask for, but
Yeah.
you worked hard for. And then, you know,
But then there we go. So the unfortunately or fortunately, the world of arts and culture, unlike some corporate world,
Yes.
call center where you know you get paid on this particular day,
Yeah.
works in waves, right?
Yeah.
1 minute you have money, the next minute. How do you manage that? How do you, as PD Jones, manage those waves where one moment you could be a
Paid.
millionaire,
Yeah, in the next
and the following day you zero?
It's a reality of the industry, man.
Yeah.
Like if you've never had to learn about money, the first time you get in, I remember my biggest ever paycheck came from I think a summer awards campaign.
Yeah.
And I think they paid me 50 for that one. That was the biggest one that came in from the space. And I was like, whew, it's on site, you know?
Yeah.
But deep down, you know, it's not gonna come every day.
Yeah.
Manage finances. I mean, I prioritize where I live, what I eat.
Yeah.
More than anything. I'm tell you something. Me,
Yeah.
I get money, I'll prioritize where I live and what I eat. So which means make sure you have a roof over your head. So now, if you got this 50K and rent is say it's 5,000 at the time, you're like, okay, 5 divided by 50. Okay. 50
Yeah.
divided by 5. Look, okay. Because on side, most I can have 3 months worth of rent here.
Yeah.
Take the money, put it aside. What do I want to do in the next 2 months? I want to get to places. I want to be able to attend an event so I can be available. So I didn't use my money to buy the Cavelas, even though I wanted the Cavelas.
Yes.
But I made it a point that I created a space where I don't need to buy clothes again.
Yeah.
Hence Bogart. So now my money is not for clothes because I get free clothes
Free
now.
clothes.
You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like you have to,
Yeah.
if I want to work with car brands, what do? I start doing car content so that
Yes.
a car brand can say, hey, Chaka,
Here's a car.
can you just drive here? So you just
Yeah.
be smart about it. It's about positioning.
Yeah.
Because you can be funny and then haha, then udlan talk.
Then what?
I can't eat laughs.
Then what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't eat
yeah.
laughs. And so
Wow.
so it's been tough. It hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
And it's an industry where even if you do a campaign now, you can get paid after 45 days.
Wow.
You will get paid 45 days after completion of the campaign. Mara wampona ki posta di Kellogg's mona
Yes.
yo abafana baja nyuku ba no,
Nyuku
you're
yiyo.
waiting, my brother. And on
Yeah.
top of that, if you don't pay taxes, that's another conversation.
I want to get to that, but I want to start with the importance of planning and budgeting, because clearly in that waves you need to then plan.
You need to plan.
You say I made sure that the basics are covered. That's the roof and
food.
and food.
Yes.
Right. How do you deal with planning? How do you deal with budgeting? Do you budget at all? Do you plan, or do you just wake up and say, yeah, let me post something about something?
asking me this today is I've been making bad decisions this week.
Man.
But my,
Yeah.
my thing is,
We'll come back to your bad
what
decisions.
helped
I'm
me
curious now.
is my foundation.
Yeah.
Me landing up in a financial in an FSP was not just God saying berekamo. I had to learn things because if I'm managing other people's financial portfolios, I'm definitely aware of what I'm doing. I know what financial planning is. I know what retirement annuities are.
Yeah.
I know what savings, 30-day savings, investment. I knew all of that. So I practiced it. So now I had to practice it on myself.
Wow.
And how easy, because circumstances are Dr. Maluleka or Advocate Mama are the same. Dr. Maluleka earn 100,000.
Yes.
And me, I'm earning 50,000 every 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a bit different. I can't manage money the same way. Come on, get black tax. Come on, you're still paying off debts that you took, or debt for a family member because there was a funeral, you had to take out money, or your brother got married. You take out, like there's a lot of contributions. But ultimately, as long as you are able to wake up the next day and just do a little bit more, that's where it became helpful. It wasn't easy though, I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely,
it's still not easy in terms
it's
of
still not
planning
easy.
and budgeting and managing your finances. Yeah.
So how I manage the finances, like I said, I have things that I prioritize.
Okay.
Right? Prioritize making sure that my family is taken care of, I'm taken care of, and whatever is left, we put it aside. There's a saying I saw from a very prominent insurance company. They said, don't save for rainy day, also save for a sunny day. Hey, I said that, I'm like, oh man.
Powerful.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you always saving for a rainy day? Like, can't you save for a sunny day?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why must you have money for when things are bad? Like, what do you want to do? Don't you want to travel for the first time and be in a plane? Right? That's not a rainy day. It's a beautiful day in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, okay, save for a rainy day, but also enjoy your youth. Like, you can't now behave with responsibilities because you're going to resent the people that you are taking care of. You're going to be like, no, when you're fighting people because you can't do the things you want to do for yourselves because you're taking care of them. So I don't want to have resentment for them. So I had to split. I get to 10 ranta, 5 ranta get tithe, or 10 cents to get tithe, 20 cents to mama, 20 cents is going to this car, or I'm saving for a car, I'm saving for this, or I want to move up now, I want to get a bigger room, or I want to save for ring lights, you know. You go to these events, you get free ring lights, my brother. So save for transport to get to the event.
There we
so
go.
You get a free ring light, so you don't have to buy it.
Yeah. So that's how you do. But then here's the challenge. Sadly, in South Africa, and I imagine in other parts of the world, right, where the practitioners in the arts and culture space, right, we see on newspapers and media, others die as paupers. It's tough out there, and others, whilst they're still alive, they're not doing that particularly well. If you were to apply the learnings from your youth and how you started Go Call Center in terms of avoiding that, what would be the lessons that you've picked up that you would apply now?
To any young person who's watching this, and I would say, stay away from bad debt.
Okay.
Because I
Talk
think
to me about bad debt. What is bad debt?
Debt is the one that you take and you run away from.
Okay.
That's bad debt. That doesn't really do much for you except you just keep on taking more debts to pay off the debt that you had that you can't afford to pay off. Like good debt is the one that builds your credit score, your credit profile. So you are able to take up a phone, be consistent with that. So then the bank trusts you whenever you want to buy properties. When I start a business, the bank can say, do that. If you, that's good debt.
Okay.
The bad debt is the one that you just take because you want to cover more debts. And the thing is, many people are in debt. People like to act like they're not in debt. You know, and also avoid spending money on things you can't afford.
Okay. Whoa. Pause. Avoid spending money on things that you can't afford.
Yes. Right. I mean, I could have had a GTI as a first car insurance. I mean, commission was nice. 20,000, 30,000 some months. As a month I did 90.
Yes.
I could have just went straight car, but I got GTI because standard of us black people is that we want to be seen through our assets that we are doing okay. But then you are paying insurance on that car and no one told you that we're not insurance, more GTI. Do you know how much the GTI tire is, my brother? You know how much that is? And I believe that many people do not afford the things they have. It's just a fact.
So stay within your lane. Stay within.
It's a nice time.
Yeah.
And then so that in the future, you will it's a reward for yourself. Like it's a nice time, man. Like if much does as a month end, and they're going to drink, and you know very well I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. It's a nice time. You'll always be there. Like you have your dream car. Like I had The car I drive now, I wouldn't say is my dream car, but it's nicer than the car I had before this.
Absolutely.
But I had to wait. I had to watch my friends drive nicer cars
Yes.
and watch those cars be repossessed and watch them just really make
Wow.
bad financial decisions.
Yeah.
You know your background, you know your upbringing, you know your pockets.
Yeah.
Just do not do things because of people around you. Sit
Wow.
down and know yourself and say, I can't afford an iPhone right now. I'm okay. I'm gonna stay in my Mobicel. I'll stay there.
And that's okay.
I'm getting a call, it's an SMS. Yes, I might not have the best selfies because I remember there was a time, funny story, during these creator meetups.
Yes.
I've been using this old iPhone 6.
Okay.
I think it was one of the best iPhones that
I
Apple has
I
ever
lost
made.
count.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best iPhones they've made. That phone has been through it, man. You know what I'm saying? To a point where I don't know how many times I've fixed the screen. I don't know how many times. There was a point where it was cracked, and the camera was exposed. So your normal dust, the dust in here, it will make the camera look like it's not an iPhone. So funny story, quick one. So we're at this event and we're taking pictures, right? And everyone is taking selfies. We're there, we're posing. Now I want content of myself because I'm a content creator. I keep it for them fast while they're still here. Remember, these are the popular kids, right?
There we go.
I take out my phone, I do this. Hey! As soon as they saw themselves in the camera, I just saw people disappear.
Wow.
But
Not on that.
But I understood where I was, that at this point, I can't buy a new phone when I'm supposed to be paying rent. You know, I can't buy a new phone when I'm supposed to be doing this and this and this and this. So I had to demonize time.
Yes.
You know, I could have bought a phone with one paycheck, but I was like, how is that going to benefit me?
How is that going to
work?
work?
Phone it needs to be fixed. So yeah, that's what I essentially said. I would advise anybody to just like deprive yourself of good times for the long run. If you want to be there in the long run, then you must long run, my brother. It's a long journey.
It's a long journey.
Relax, dog. Like I always say to people that I like my 30s now because I'm 33, right?
Wow.
Now my 30s are nice because your 30s are like 20s, but with money. I stressed a lot about money in my 20s.
30s are like your 20s with more money.
With money.
Okay.
Because in your 20s, you're trying to figure stuff out. You're trying to, hey, at 27, I must be married. I must have a car and a house.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Most likely, it might not happen.
Yeah.
But trust me, it gets better the older you get.
Okay.
Yeah, just don't stress about where you want to be.
It gets better.
Yeah.
But then, hang on.
What happened?
Surely. No. It's just fascinating that it sounds like you're making responsible financial decisions, right?
Sometimes.
If you were to talk to your 20-year-old self, in terms of the lessons and the money, the finance decisions that you've made, what are those 2 or 3 things that you would say, but La Prince,
Yeah. Number 1, don't start drinking.
Don't start drinking?
Yeah, I would tell him that if I were to tell him now. Don't start drinking. Number 2, invest in property.
Invest in property?
And
why property?
I think property.
I understand why you don't start drinking. That bit again.
Yeah, because you save money. Alcohol is expensive. Okay. I'm just not gonna.
That bit again.
Look, alcohol is nice.
Why property though?
Property, I think, if you look at what you can acquire and attain in life, a car is not really an asset. It's more of a liability more than it is an asset. So, property is more of a liability that grows over time. You know.
Accumulates value
over time.
Over a period,
I would have invested in that and invested quite early. But my inability to do that wasn't because I didn't want to. It's because I had other responsibilities that I was carrying in my 20s as a young man, paying for my whole varsity fees, taking care of family, black tax, as we had mentioned, and those bad debts I made early on in the game that now I'm paying for, or taking a loan for someone in a family member, thinking they're going to pay me back now. That's giving me a bad credit score.
Yeah.
They're taking the Wi-Fi router back. They are closing the phone. Now I've got a BlackBerry. It's just there.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work. So I would have done that, but I wouldn't change much. It's just about where I used some of the money. Yeah.
Talk to me about Prince at 40. So we know what Prince at 33 looks like.
I'm chasing 40, man.
We know that. But then if you were to do things differently for the Prince at 40, what are those things that you think you should be doing differently so that you are prepared for your 40s?
I think in whatever you do, whatever you earn, make your money work for you.
Make your money work for you.
Yes. like I in a Anka's analogy, ne?
Yeah.
In life in general, I don't like people who are withdrawers. Like people who deposit. And it doesn't have to be only financial. If you withdraw in my life, you just when you are tired, you take my energy, my space, my people, you're not my type of person.
Yeah.
I like people who deposit, people who pour into each other. So bringing it back to the conversation,
40.
40,
Yes.
40 looks good. I'm wiser and I'm older and I've forgiven myself for my mistakes.
Yep.
You taking accountability for the things that you did. Because sometimes the most thing that we do is we sometimes run from our problems, and that's not how we fixed it. You know, if khalo kolota benke, khalo ignore the kolota bona, sometimes taking that call could be the best thing you could ever do.
Wow.
Because you could say, as in,
Wow.
I can afford to pay 10 rand
Yeah.
a month for the next, I don't know how long, however. Not running away from it is definitely not going to make things worse. So just don't run, my brother. Just face your problems, learn from it. And yeah, man, I wish I got into property and investments a bit earlier or sooner. But I think the biggest investment we can make is in yourself.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Invest in people. Invest in relationships.
Invest in relationships.
Because in the space that I'm in,
Yeah.
it's like, who do you know? You know, I've invested in people so much so that I know if I need a huge favor, I can call Prowski and say, yo, Hotman, you know, I've got my 5 favors there lying by you. You know, I'm not a taker because a taker would not have favors. If Kitlamon every day, Hotman, okupa, no.
You withdrawing.
I told you I'm a server. So I would serve, not because I want a reward, but I'm adding value to you. So that by the time I know I need something from you, you know I'm accountable for it. You know, you can count on me for it. So invest in people, invest in yourself. And yeah, I think so. I think that's
so. If you were to give me 2, 3, you said invest in people, invest in relationships,
yes, relationships,
invest in yourself,
yes,
right? Do you think that is almost like a recipe for success in any space or specifically in social? I think in the social media space.
I think in any space.
In any space.
People always underestimate how genuinely being a good person could benefit you in the long run. Like, don't be that guy, man. You know,
don't be that guy.
Don't be a taker.
Yeah.
Because people don't like takers, and people don't invest in takers. Like I know sometimes it could be the only opportunity you find. You're like, okay, I'm at this house party, iPhone, you know, taking this is nice for me now.
Yeah.
I pawn it off, and I get 1,000. But you don't mess with God's children, number one.
Yeah.
Because it's going to come back to you. And people never think about karma. And I believe in things like that. For me, I believe in that. If you treat people well, one thing I don't do good deeds because I want favors.
Yeah.
I do good deeds because if I can have favor, it must be favor with God. Because then my name is in boardrooms and rooms that I can't even imagine.
Yes.
I'd rather have favor with God than, having favor with God is the best. Because God has the best interest for you. He wants the best for you. So reaping the rewards of being a kind, a gentle soul, and a people's person, and even like I would give my last 50 rand to someone if they need it more than I do. My concept of giving.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I remember there was a time where I had to go to a TikTok event.
Yeah.
I would say, and there's a guy in church who needed help moving.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking, I'm like, hey, my brother, I'm building here. I need to go there, my brother, because there's an HR person, a marketing manager, a campaign manager. I need to speak to them to add me to the next campaign.
Yes.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, I chose to go help him and not go to the event.
Wow.
Fast forward, we helped him. Only to find out that that bruised sister works for a marketing agency. And only to later find out that that event ended up being cancelled while a lot of people were on their way.
Wow.
And I ended up getting, I think, was a 25,000 rand deal from the sister of the person I was helping build the chairs. So it was about alignment. My desire to want to serve people ended up being the blessing that I didn't think I need. Those things don't come if I put for just because you passed the matric, now you have intuition. Just have to be aligned, man. Just have to be aligned and just, you know. Yeah.
In closing, so
Savala.
we've dealt with you. No, we can sit here the whole day. I'm mindful that your time is valuable.
Yes, yes, yes.
So in closing, we've dealt with you moving from the cow poos in KZN.
Yes.
Coming to social, your relationship with money, right? And inspiring your 40-year-old in terms of the future.
Yes.
The future of social media and finances, right? Are you seeing any way where this thing is going to end at some point? Or are you in a space where you're saying, no, man, this thing is still going to grow and I can still make more out of it? What is your headspace? And if either way, what does it mean for your finances? Is there any way that you would say, hey, but this thing can just bring me down?
I think in South African terms, how I can answer you, Hotman, is I would say with social media, we just arrived.
Wow.
We just arrived. This thing is massive. It's not just using social media as marketing. Now I'm a brand. You know, I set the bar for what I earn and what I want to earn and how much I charge for my time. I charge for my Ubers. I charge for every single thing because that's how businesses are run. There's business expenses in general. We're dealing with monetized social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We mentioned another one I'm not going to talk about here. That one is also monetized. It might be for people who like less clothes, but it's also monetized. There's merchandising, you know, there's collaboration. I always speak big on collaboration. Collaboration is the best way to sustain longevity in the space. And I've been doing this thing full time now for 4 years, and it's sustained me. It is giving me the life I've dreamed about. I'm not where I need to be. I still need to make other smart decisions that are gonna say, 40-year-old Prince, I'm glad you decided to invest in that at the time, because I can't be on everyone's For You page every single week. I can't be the most popular kid every single time. Someone else is doing better than me out there, and they're going to overtake me. Just like actors. We might watch an actor on television, but you find out at the end of his career, Hana next. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, like, think of the future more than you think of the today. And that's going to be very helpful. But the industry is growing. I was at a humans event and they mentioned a figure, man, that was in billions of how much were paid out to creators in 2024. There's a lot of money. There's someone out there who charges 100K for a post. Who post a fella a clip on TikTok, you know?
That's it.
Just to post fella. And if you are saying post and story, it's 120 now. But how long are you going to use this content? Charge usage fees. Usage fees. It's how you're smart. There are people who are way finer than me, Khotman. But I invested my time not to be funny, but to be relevant and to make sure that I'm branded. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the funniest person on the planet, but I would rather have 5,000 people who are a community than make the whole South Africa laugh. But then as soon as I turn off the phone, I can't eat likes. I can't eat likes, my brother. Me, I'm not gonna be there just for vibes. I learned that back then. I was there for vibes back then. Now I'm not there for vibes. People can say now I've fallen off. Yeah, because I'm doing things behind the scenes. Because I'm investing. There's a next gen. I'm taking care of other people. I've got productions. I manage people. I manage artists. So my money is not only coming from social media and posting. It's just about holistically the bigger picture. How do you look at things? Because now we're dealing with AI. AI is gonna take our jobs. I don't need a graphic designer. I just released a song 2 weeks ago, and I did not need a graphic designer for my artwork. I used AI for my artwork. So people must not think they're going to be there forever. The industry is growing. Social media is growing. I'm jumping back into streaming because I used to stream a lot on TikTok, but there's platforms like Twitch now. I have to grow. But here I am playing video games and I'm streaming those because there's opportunity with streaming. So you have to grow. If you're going to be stuck in your glory days, like I used to be funny, PDR is sharp and bega kanchaka. I came month end.
That's it.
Etengi pega mangifuna no ikavela njani mangifuna.
Uyothenga manje.
But I don't
Wow.
have to, because I'm doing it for Tabang, I'm doing it for Sizwe,
There we
I'm
go.
doing it for Temba. Instead of just like, you want it now, make sure you earn it first.
You earn it first.
Yes.
Wow. Mr. Dube,
Baba.
Prince Dube. He said he's not doing it for vibes. Invest in yourself, invest in people, and most importantly, invest in relationships. Thank you for joining us.